Hello, it's Amy with Paper Moon Journals. Happy to be here, share this ballerina journal. I have had 4 going at a time, and then, when I wasn't well enough to be making journals, I was making lots of ephemera and things like that, that I had a huge tub. Let me adjust the camera here. I had a huge tub set aside, and so, that made some of these go a little bit faster. I have the cutest charm on the cover of this journal. I've been waiting for a special journal. It says fairy tale. It has real little pages in it that clasps open. I buy jewelry grade charms, usually enameled charms. This is a little metal one. So cute. I added lots of glitter. I raised up the center, the sentiment and the stars on product packaging. Of course, added plenty of glitter, lots of sparkly charms. I forgot how many pages this has, but I'm sure the Etsy listing says. I'll put a link to that in there. Here's a good flip through. This was a kit I got by Forever Cute US, and then I added to it, of course, a bunch of other ephemera from other people. Look at those charms. Aren't those cute? Those little ballerina slippers. You could make a necklace like just out of that charm. It's so pretty. I have a pink pair, a black pair. There's a little ballerina charm, some little faux gem charms. Super, super cute. Um, uh, I know I've talked a little bit about my health. It's an ongoing treatment until they've decided we're done. And I had some pre-existing health problems that were exacerbated by the treatment before the one I'm undergoing now. And then, I've changed doctors, but this is my 3rd or 4th doctor. Each time they want to ramp it up higher and higher. And so for now, I'm feeling okay. I have times where I am still crafting, right? I can use my bucket of pre-created stuff. I can print out pages and decorate and do the more creative part that when I don't feel well is harder. I want to, make sure I'm feeling good when I'm adding the decoration so that it comes out pretty and cute. And then I put lots of healing energy into each and every one, sometimes positive sentiments, but every little bit of glitter or sparkle is, um, positive vibe, let's say. Each little piece of ephemera, when I'm gluing it down, cutting it out, inking it up, is restorative for me. And I try to put that positive energy into every little piece. And then when I say back the ephemera, just in case you're not sure, so I print it onto card and then I print something else on card, like tea stain or maybe faded wallpaper or faux office documents are good, things that you could write on ideally. Sometimes I'll use kit pages printed onto card. Here's how you could use some of the ephemera. Oh, wouldn't that look pretty right there? You could use that as a little tuck spot and add some of the excess ephemera. So there's pages for you to work on. There's pages for you to write on. This was one I tried to dye with black. Came out really weird, but I thought it looked pretty in here. There's an embellished paper clip, lots of glitter. So what it does when you print the card and back it onto card, so this one didn't get backed, is it makes it twice as thick and really nice and sturdy. And it's very relaxing. So if you're just getting into this hobby, you're thinking about that, buying digital kits with faux ephemera, or I know like Sweet Pea Curiosities offers her digital kits and books. So you can pick those up in book format and then carefully, remove the pages and cut the things out. I haven't tried one of those yet. The inkjet printers aren't that bad, especially if you get like a good as new deal from Amazon or during Amazon days. And then it comes with enough ink to last a long time. Replacing the ink on the Epson, what is it, Inco Tank inkjet printer, lasts pretty good. I do tons of printing. I just print on card on the inkjet printer, and then for now, I'm printing all the other pages on my laser printer. For the best quality laser color printer, I use special color paper for the printing. I buy a special card to print on. Of course, all the lace. Since I just had some orders for my store, I ordered some more lace. I ordered more Dresden trim recently that came. So you could see the variety of things. One was printed tea-stained lace. We can see that she's missing one of her little flowers. So let's go ahead and fix that now. And then I had some washi tape holding the bow on until the bow had dried. And so we removed the washi tape from her bow. We'll add the center back to that flower. Oh, the glue was just coming out, and then now nothing. It's so typical of glue. All right, so this is all, I mentioned it before, but it's kind of the last flip through. So up at the top, that's some Dresden trim, that metallic silver and gold looking decorative trims. Those are Dresden trim. They're imported and they're pricey. And people say, oh, I could cut that out with my die cut machine, or I have a die cut that would look just like that. You'd have to get the metallic paper and get the perfect cut every time. So I do. I put a lot of time, energy, heart, love, money. I invest. That's why they're not so cheap, because I know you can pick up a journal like what I would call a just started, just the cover, not fully, in my mind, not fully decorated the way I would do it. No lace, no glitter, no fussy cuts, just a few pockets, some ephemera, real basic, for like $50. But the difference is the amount of time spent, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but these do not come to me cost free. I'm not picking through the garbage to make these. And so buying the digital kits, even when I reuse them, it looks like I put that in there when the glue was still kind of damp. Let me carefully get that out. We've got some natural distressing on this piece, if we can remove it without tearing the page. So yeah, you can see sometimes I get excited when I'm going through there. When I glued that into a tuck spot, I was like, this is the perfect piece. Didn't even wait for the glue to dry and tucked it in there. I got some natural distressing on the edge of that one. So yeah, there's plenty of pages for writing. You can add positive sentiments or your favorite quotes. I like printing out like Charles Dickens quotes and adding those to things. Maybe you took ballet when you were a child. Maybe you always wanted to. Maybe you've just been a fan of the ballet. This is just a beautiful journal. It would be nice just to look at. They're fun to play with. You can get like a collage challenge and then do a collage on the pages that aren't done. You can write down memories. Like this would be a beautiful keepsake for your family if you wrote down all your memories. If you're going through any kind of a time, like a good time or a bad time, you're planning for your wedding, or something exciting's happening, a big life change for you, this would make a beautiful diary. A great place to keep for that. I made a junk journal special just for my daughter's wedding as a sign-in book. That's pretty cool. If you had like an Airbnb and you had something like this for guests to leave their review in, wouldn't that be cool? Like, I don't know. Um, anyway, just some ideas there. I'll put on some plinky plunky music and let you watch the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoy it. Pick it up in the Etsy shop. If I'm having a sale and there's something in there not on sale, go ahead and message me. I had somebody do that the other day. Usually what I can do is I can just refund you. When I list something new, a lot of times it's not included in this sale that started before I listed it. So every single one of those things I just showed you were covered in glitter. Like there's so much glitter in here that you just can't see until you get it. And when you feel it in your hands, it's so interactive, the different kinds of lace and the way the layers of lace look, the sparkle from the trim plus the glitter, real little bows. They're just a treasure. They're something that you yourself would treasure, and that certainly somebody would treasure as a gift. I know I give them as gifts and people love them. If things hang out in the shop too long, I tend to just pull them from inventory and give it as a gift. And I have a little story about that. I guess I'm not going to pipe down. There is nothing like deciding to pull something from inventory and gift it to somebody to make it sale. So I had something I decided I was going to gift to my mother for no apropos of nothing. I just decided, oh, I'm gonna send my mom, something that's been lingering in inventory that I like, that I think is really pretty. So I had it all boxed up, labeled, ready to go, and then somebody bought it that same day. It had been sitting there for, I don't know, since probably February, maybe longer than that, but at least since, like, February. And there was nothing like deciding to give it to my mom to have it sell. But that is no big deal. I have plenty of journals, so I just picked something from my personal hoard instead and sent her that, because I just wanted to make sure I sent her something special. So she knew that I was thinking about her, that I love her. She does journal and keep like a diary, is the old-fashioned term for it. Nowadays they call it journaling. Um, but yeah, she does keep a daily diary where she writes into it and keeps Bible quotes and things like that. You can see all the glitter and sparkle and flower on some of these. The camera will catch it, but it doesn't catch all of it. There's one of the little ballerina charms. There's some flower charms, like I said, some gem charms. So there's plenty of blank pages in here, and they're not really blank because I've rounded the corners, I've inked the edges. They're also breathing space. If every page had a picture, it would just be picture, 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 picture. It just feels like too much. That was like my original style. And I like having that, what I like to call breathing space, the resting space between the more elaborate pages. And as I already mentioned, it gives you a place to work. If that's how you wanted to use the journal, you wanted to add to it with the ephemera in there by decorating more of the pages, there's plenty in there to still leave breathing room and have pages decorated. So there's the other set of little ballet slipper charm in black this time. Okay, I'm really going to pipe down now, put on the music. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, everybody who's been praying for me. I feel like it's really helped getting that right doctor, having him with the right approach. He did have an idea for a different method of moving forward that I wanted to ask him about. There's more than one way to go about it. That last ballerina, I know I glittered her up. The butterfly's all glittery. Let's see. The reason why I like to add these is it's a full sheet of writing paper that you can write on the back. And I love the way that script just looks sticking out of the pocket. Here comes the music. Again, have a beautiful day. I'm wishing well for each and every one of you. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. God bless you all. And please have a beautiful day.